What's up? Do you like the Pokemon trading card game online? Do you like when people try to complete challenges in the Pokemon trading card game online using their own deck ideas? Well, boy, do I got the video for you. PTCGO. In this video, we're basically trying to complete some challenges, or maybe one challenge. Can we do one challenge? Yeah, maybe one challenge, given the nature of challenges I have. We're gonna try to complete one challenge in the Pokemon trading card game online. And what is that one challenge going to be? Well, the game actually gives you challenges. This is not like a challenge that I'm making up, like what they do in Minecraft, but you can't touch grass or something. No, that's not what I do. These are challenges that the game gives you. The game has 3 kinds of challenges that it gives you. This is one kind of challenge. Notice that all of them say basically the same thing. Knock out 16 opposing Pokemon. The only thing that's different is the type, right? So this one says do it with Dragon. This one says do it with Electric. And this one says do it with Metal or Lightning. This is Lightning and this is Metal. That's one of the kinds of challenges you can get. The other kind of challenge that you can get is do 1000 damage with Pokemon of a specific type. That challenge gives you like 30 Pokecoins, I think. And then the other type of challenges that you can get is put 10 evolution cards into play of a specific type. Yeah, put 10 evolution cards into play of a specific type. That's another kind of challenge, and that gives you 60 Pokecoins. But this challenge, knock out 16 opposing Pokemon with your Pokemon of a specific type, that gives you a booster pack, and that's really good. I like booster packs. Now I have 3 of those challenges right now, and let me tell you, this challenge is by far the most difficult challenge to complete, or this type of challenge is the most difficult type of challenge to complete, simply because people can forfeit, and if they forfeit, you don't get to knock out their Pokemon. So you can win a game without knocking out a Pokemon, and you can basically win a game and not complete this challenge, or do anything towards completing this challenge. So sometimes it's even better to just I find that games that you lose, you complete this challenge easier, because when you lose and it's a close loss, you knock out a lot of Pokemon. But if you win and it's not a close win, you don't knock out a lot of Pokemon. So it's almost better to lose when you're trying to complete this challenge, or you can just play against people who do not forfeit. That's another option, but we don't really have control over forfeiting, right? We don't have control over that. So what deck am I gonna use to try to complete this challenge? Well, it's probably gonna be this guy. I probably shouldn't use this guy because people might forfeit, but remember in my battling beginner's guide video, I said that you could switch and remove debuffs. You're gonna see that little strategy employed in this game with this card particularly. Now this deck, just to give you a rundown, it has Zacian, it has Solgaleo as the Pokemon. Trainer cards, I have cards that allow me to basically switch, and I have rare candies so that I can get Solgaleo very quickly. So this is the card that allows me to switch. Skyla gets me rare candies, Skyla gets me Floatstone, Skyla gets me other things. Guzma helps to switch, Sonia helps to get Pokemon, Nestball Pokemon, Evolution Incense Pokemon, Acrobat just random cards, rare candies, you get the idea. And then I have 23 metal energies in this deck. Now this is a lot of energies, but the reason I have 23 metal energies in this deck is because of Zacian. Zacian doesn't need a lot of energies to attack, but Intrepid Sword works better the more metal energies you, if you want Zacian to attack with its attack. So let's jump right into a game and see this deck in action. Hopefully we can come away with a dub. No, not dragon decks. A lot of times people will put dragon, or they will pick a deck box. A lot of times people will pick deck boxes that are there to dissuade you, or they're there to confuse you, because this guy has a dragon deck box, right? He has a dragon deck box, or she has a dragon deck box, right? And she has a dragon card sleeve and a dragon coin, but she might not be using dragon. She might be using water or something. She's probably using dragon. Oh no, not Cosmog. No, the worst start, the worst case scenario. I have, I think, 2 Cosmog. I have 2 Cosmog in this deck. I could be lying. I have 2 Cosmog in this deck, right? And I have 3 Zacian, or maybe even 4 Zacian. And you're telling me I start with Cosmog? Oh, I have to click buttons. Hold on, let me click done. You're telling me I start with Cosmog over Zacian? No. Of course! My comeuppance. Oh no, I was gonna mention this is, and I deserve this. I was gonna mention that I need an acrobike. I was gonna mention that the dragon cards that I fear, I was gonna list the dragon cards that I'm afraid of to run into. And this dragon card right here is on that list. Probably the second, maybe third strongest dragon type card in this game. Probably the strongest basic in this game. Now I don't know the newer cards, but when I used to play in like maybe July or so, in 2022, this card was really strong. I don't know if any cards that have come out that are stronger than it now, but this card is very scary. Now, if I don't get a Zacian here, it's gonna get ugly, people. It's gonna get really ugly. I'll get the rare candy. I can't use any of these now. Alright, take the rare candy. This is gonna be really rough. If she has a double dragon energy right now, this is rough. This is going to be really rough if she has a double dragon. Okay? I don't know if I should attach an energy to Cosmog. All right, let's just attach an energy to Cosmog. Why not? We have energies. We have 23 energies. Let's attach an energy to Cosmog and energy. All right. Energies for Cosmog. All right, Skylar. The one card I'm worried about are the double dragon energies. If she has double dragon energies, we are in trouble. All right, that's why they wanted to go second so that they could get double dragons. It doesn't look like they have double dragons yet because they're using Professor's letters. All right, so no double dragons. That's very good. No double dragons. That is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. All right, let's get Sol Galeo in play. I wish I should have Skyland. I should have gone for the Skyland because if we had a rare candy, we could have gotten 2 Zacian. And 2 Zacian is better than 1 Zacian. But right now, we just have to rely on good old-fashioned Zash. They are going to... The reason I'm afraid of double dragons is because with double dragons, they can use altered creation. And altered creation is probably one of the strongest attacks in the entire game. You do not want to be on the receiving end of altered creation. All right, I'm going to get into what altered creation does shortly, but let me just draw my Zacian. Hold on, let me just draw my Zash. So let me draw a Zacian and put an energy on the Zash man and then use Soul Burst. Yes. So I need 1, 2, 3. I need 4 energies. Yeah, 4 energies. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I need. I don't need it anymore. So let me just got 4 energies. Put 1 there. I would have wanted another Zacian to put that card in its place. And then there's 1 more energy on Zacian. Alright, now let's take a look at altered creation, right? We can't, the writing is very fine. But basically, if it has a water and a steel energy attached to it, its Pokemon for the rest of the game, listen to me, for the rest of the game, that team's Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage. All their Pokemon for the rest of the game. That's 1. And number 2, if it has the steel energy with the water energy and it uses altered creation, anytime they knock out a card, they take 1 more prize card than what they would usually take. Okay? So that's a very, very strong attack. Very strong attack. With a double dragon energy, they can use altered creation turn 1 if they go second. They didn't get the double dragon energy, but I'm gonna, if I remember at the end, I'm gonna look if they have double dragon and I'm gonna show you double dragon, like double dragon. There's altered creation. Ooh, now we get the other Zacian. That's now we get the other Zacian. Wonderful. Ultra Road onto this Zacian. I don't want them doing damage to my Solgaleo, even though I set it up. I'm gonna attack with Solgaleo, just not now. What is this? Is this Regidrago? Regidrago. This attack also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I am not afraid of Regidrago's attack, and I can one-shot Regidrago. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If any of those cards energy attach them to this Pokemon. I'm not afraid of Regidrago. Regidrago. Oh! Okay. Alright. Alright, Regidrago. Double Dragon. You saw the Double Dragon flash by earlier. During your turn, you may discard the top 7 cards of your deck. Then put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Choose any attack from a Dragon Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. Regidrago, I do not one-shot. Regidrago GX, V-Star, I don't one-shot. So, oh boy, I think there is more content. You gotta be kidding me. Not my Solgaleo. Please, not Solgaleo. Whew, that was close. You don't have any energies, do you? You don't have any energies, do you? Oh, they don't have energies. Do they have energies? They don't have energies! Let's go! They don't have energies. Let's go. We might still lose this, but they don't have energies. I can't sing the songs, I'll just sing bits of it. I'm sleeping with the enemy. How do we reverse the chemistry? I don't. This fight is taking all of my energies. I think that's all I can sing. Can I sing more than that? I don't think I can sing anymore. They don't have any energies, surprisingly. So let's just get Zacian. Let's just get a Zacian on the. I don't know about ya. Let me just get a Zacian on the deck. Can we beat the literal big? Alright, Zacian is a dog. You can see it. It looks like a dog. But Zacian isn't the big dog in this fight. This is the big dog. This is the bigger dog. Those are big dogs. Alright? Can Zacian defeat the big dogs? Even though, and prove that it is the biggest dog. Brave. I take 3 prize. Yeah, listen. 3 prize cards. When I knock out Regidrago, I do not take any more prize. I don't take 3. And it's kind of silly. Some people would argue that you should take 3 prize cards when you knock out a V-Star. I'm one of those people. Because, look at it. Look, take a look at this. Look at this. This thing, 280 HP. This thing, 280 HP. When I knock out this, I take 3 prize cards. When I knock out this, I take 2. That's not fair. I should take 3 for knocking this out and just win the game if I knock this out. Oh, Cramorant. Oh no. Cramorant has a VMAX. Hey, there's a double dragon energy. So now you see what a double dragon energy looks like. There's a double dragon energy. He's gonna have to switch out in the Cramorant because I'm not giving him my Zacian. You're not taking Zacian. I'm not giving you Zacian. He's gonna attach 3 energies to Cramorant 100%, and then you spit shot. But I think I can win this. So this is like Mewtwo, Mew Tag Team GX. Yeah, it's like Mewtwo, Mew Tag Team GX. Let me attach an energy to this Zacian and use Brave Blade. Now you're gonna have to switch out. They're gonna have to switch out, and they're more than likely going to switch out. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna switch out into Cramorant, right? Then Cramorant is gonna come out and use Spit Shot right here, and then knock out my Zacian. I get benefit from this too, yeah. Yeah, Steel and Dragon Pokemon, I get benefit from it. Yeah, so there's a switch. So they're gonna use Spit Shot and knock out my Zacian, which is fine. I have other attackers in this deck, but they lose all their energies and I take Cramorant, so that's wonderful. As long as they don't reshuffle me, I'm good. As long as they don't reshuffle my deck in any way. So there's a Spit Shot, there's my Zacian is gone. They take 3 prize cards because of Altered Creation, which is ridiculous. So if they knock out one more of my Pokemon, they win. Alright? If they knock out any one of these Pokemon that I have now, they win. Wait, what? You're supposed to take 3 prize cards. What? What happened? They had the double dragon. They had it. Did they change Altered Creation? I'm gonna have to read that. What happened? They were supposed to take 3 prize cards. Oh, no, it's because it wasn't my active Pokemon. They only took 2. They only took 2. Let's go. Hold on. No. Should we? We're doing it. It's gonna cripple them. We have to do it. We're doing it. Guzma, we're gonna win. Kinda. Guzma, into Solgaleo. Solgaleo comes out. Ultra Road. Back out into the forfeit. Let's go. Let's go! Zacian is the big dog. I don't care what anybody says. Get the V-stars out of here. I don't need V-stars. I don't need V-star max, V-star powers. Zacian is the big dog. Yes! Yes! Zacian is the big dog. I want to hear people say it. Still the strongest card in 2023. Alright, that's an exaggeration. But Zacian is very strong. Zacian is the big dog. Alright. Yo, listen, my videos have been long. I'm gonna put out a short video. Because I won. Yo, that was intense. That was intense. So I'm only gonna do one game this video. But I'm gonna explain a couple of things that went on in that game. Because that game was crazy. That game was ridiculous. Yeah, let's go over that last game. That last game had a lot of twists and turns in it, and there's a reason for a lot of those twists and turns. Let's try to be quick here. So take a look at this deck. I have Solgaleo in the deck and I have Zacian in the deck. Zacian is probably like the big hitter in this deck. Solgaleo can dish out. Solgaleo does the same amount of damage as Zacian. 230 damage right there. You look at Zacian, 230 damage right there. So they both hit the same amount. But this is the thing. Zacian, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. That's Brave Blade. Solgaleo over here, discard all energy from this Pokemon. So if I attack with Solgaleo, I can't attack at all during the next turn because I can't attach 3 energies in one turn, even though I'd like to be able to. Zacian, on the other hand, though, also can't attack, but there's a way around it. Remember in the first video I made when I said if you switch, you get rid of debuffs? Well, this is an example of a debuff, not being able to attack. But if I switch Zacian out, then Zacian can attack. Now this is how you get around this debuff right here. Number 1, switch Zacian out. When you switch Zacian out, the debuff goes away, right? Then you have to switch Zacian back in. But you can only switch once per turn manually. However, Solgaleo on this side has an ability, Ultra Road. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. This does not count as switching manually. So basically, I can retreat with Zacian and then switch Zacian back in. When I retreat with Zacian, it cures the debuff. When Zacian goes back in, it doesn't have the debuff, so it can attack again. And that's how Zacian can attack consecutively with Brave Blade, even though it says you can't do that. So that's one way to get around it. Now in that last game, my opponent was using a card. I have that card, so I kind of have an idea. It's in this deck, right here. I have a card. It's the only card, the only Pokemon in this deck. But my opponent was using this card right here. Altered Creation, Dialga Palkia, Arceus Tag Team GX. Very strong card, probably one of the strongest basics, maybe top 5 basics in the game. Now, what this card does with Altered Creation, I explained it a little bit in the game, but basically, let me read this. For the rest of the game, your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. That's what it does for 1 metal energy. But there's more. If this Pokemon has at least 1 extra water energy attached to it, in addition to the attack's cost, when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from those attacks, take 1 more prize card. Basically, what that means is that if you knock out a regular Pokemon with damage from an attack and it's an active Pokemon, you take 2 prize cards instead of 1. If you knock out an EX, a regular V, a regular GX with your damage and that Pokemon is in the active slot, then you take 3 prize cards instead of 2. And if you knock out a tag team GX or a VMAX or a V Union and that Pokemon is in the active slot, you take 4 prize cards instead of 3, right? So this attack is ridiculous. It doesn't do any damage, but it gives everything on your team a damage boost for the rest of the game. Not only does it do that, it also makes it so that you can take 1 extra prize card. Hello? Who made this? Who thought this was okay? Come on. Anybody who uses this card is... I use the card, but still, that doesn't mean it's right. Alright, this card is unfair. Anyway, because he used Altered Creation in that game, I thought I was kind of clapped. But something happened in that game. If you rewind it, when they knocked out my Zacian, they took 2 prize cards instead of 3 that they were supposed to. Why did that happen? It's in the fine print on this card. Read what it does again. Remember, it says, if this Pokemon has at least 1 extra water energy attached to it, when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from those attacks, take 1 more prize card. When my Zacian got knocked out, it was on the bench. It was not my active Pokemon. So because of that, the Altered Creation secondary effect did not trigger. That's huge. They only took 2 prize cards. That deflated their winning spirit. It deflated their willingness to carry on. And soon after, when I Guzma'd out the Regidrago, they lost all will to continue the battle, and then they forfeited. So because this thing didn't get to do what it wanted to, that could have probably contributed to them losing. But I thought they were gonna take 3 prize cards. I didn't remember the fine print. It's only if the Pokemon is knocked out in the active spot. My Zacian was on the bench, so they didn't get the proc. So that's basically what happened, and that led to my opponent eventually forfeiting. So this deck right here, where is it? It's up here somewhere. I'm scrolling. This deck right here, very strong deck that I have. One of the all the decks that you see that have a star, like the star, all the decks that you see that I have a star, I am the one that put the star there. And the reason I put the star there is because I thought the decks were very good. To put a star in the deck, you just click on it, and then you click this right here, and it gets a star. Yeah. So the decks that I think are good, I put a star next to them. Right. That's what I do. And that deck is good, and now you see why it has a star. Remember to stay safe out there. Show respect where it is due. Typically, plants do not have any cholesterol. I am the hopeful entertainer, and hopefully you have been entertained.